24. 24. One after Jordan.
Yeah.
What up? We're back another week. JTO, just talking online. I'm Jerry.
I'm Marcus.
And how you been doing?
I'm alright, man. I just want to give a little update on that breath work we were talking about the last week.
Yeah.
Yo, this is lit. I didn't know. No one knew this. We're talking about the breath work. We're talking about it changing your body temperature. You can make it through the cold. People put the cold blankets on you. I don't know about all that. That might not be a thing. Well, it must be a thing. It might not be for us. But just for exercise, you can get a lot out of this. Like that and comfort. Like I have an easier time sleeping if I do those little breathing exercises.
I have done that before. I'll do that, like, especially if I can't get to sleep, I'll do like deep breaths.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll kind of like start turning my mind off or like relaxing my muscles. Like I can really feel that. I'll do that. I do that actively. If I'm not just passed out.
It's the shit.
Yeah, that is a good sleep cheat code. Right, just, everything. Because you said you're doing like more endurance stuff, right?
Yeah, it's
like during like runs.
Yeah, it's runs, push-ups, crunches. It's really spanning a lot. And from what they were saying in the video, I still use the video to kind of guide me through in the mornings. I might have it reversed, but long exhalations or more exhalation than inhalation gets you like tired. Those long exhales, they help you relax, while having more air coming in than out will pump your energy up. So like one of the exercises that I started really liking, you would take a long deep breath and then only breathe out like half of what you breathe in.
And then breathe another big breath.
Yeah.
I've seen all this before. I don't know where or what, but yeah, I've seen all these things before.
I think Wim Hof came on the Joe Rogan Experience and they had a talk on this subject.
I don't even think he was from there. Like, because I don't know if I've seen that.
Okay. Well, it's in yoga, so you might have had this kind of a conversation with Ben.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just come up because, like, as you're saying this, I'm like, I know some of that. But that makes sense. I never thought about the more breathing, taking wax makes sense. Taking all the oxygen, more energy, more deeper exhales, and just kind of letting everything go. It's more relaxing. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's intuitive if you think about it. You just gotta actively do it.
Yeah, and it's a weird thing because, like, it works, but it works more and more the better you can get your breath out of your chest. That's the part that was effective for me, because I had heard of the same kind of thing before, and I wasn't really getting too much effect out of it, so I didn't care. It was just like, oh, whatever. Because that was from like yoga, like pranayama. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But then that most recent guy, and if you guys want to know, look up Joe Rogan, Wim Hof, and put in a search filter for the most recent videos. That the most recent guy that comes up that's not Wim Hof, he'll be the one. But he talks about the need for like expansion on the ribs. That really got me. Because he was like, if you can feel that happening, you know you're kind of doing the right thing. They go into like dogs and stuff like that. If you watch them breathe, their whole torso expands, and
that's interesting.
It's crazy.
You gotta send me a link. I gotta watch that one.
For sure.
So I can get into that. But it's May 11th right now, and today was Bitcoin's halving, like an hour or two ago. So if for those who don't know what that means, Bitcoin is mined, and every block, the computer has to run an algorithm to figure out the block, and when you unlock a block, you get a reward. And the old reward was 12 coins per block. Now that's been cut down in half to now 6. So more deflation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And these supercomputers people are making for mining is just gonna get more intense.
Yeah, I mean, well, hash rate's just been like at like highs. I don't know if it's all time highs, but it's been steadily increasing. So there's just more of them coming on, and then better video cards like that ran like a good year or two of video card supply, and then I think even after that, there was video cards were making coins just for or making cards just for mining. So yeah, it's a whole industry of people doing that for sure.
Yeah, because if you got it on that early, you really killed it.
Oh, I mean, well, yeah.
Yeah,
That's you can say that.
Well,
Any
that's for
aspect of Bitcoin, yeah, like
all of it. But that's a really intense one because for the trading, if you were actively trading, you could have made it's wins and losses. Minimal.
It's not even like trading. If you're early enough, you just buy it. They were like 6 cents at one point. Like
that's true.
yeah, people like that. People had like thousands of them. And they're just like, yeah, okay, whatever.
The reason the mining was so impactful is because like you just left your computer on, you went about your business, you come back, it's money.
Yeah, have a little more Bitcoin.
Yeah, and then fast forward it, if you kept it at least, God, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But yeah, there's still the end of this year is going to be really interesting for price action. So now that we're past the halving, we can kind of open it up for new all-time highs. So usually after the last two, this is only the third halving. So after the last two, there's usually been about like 6 months or so of steady sideways upwards action, and then there's like a blast off where it just goes like parabolic. So what people have been saying from everything I've heard is new highs will be incoming like July to January. So July 2020 to January 21, we could be approaching we could be seeing some new highs and some new wild shit.
Okay.
So yeah.
For sure. No,
So 50K. Like the flagpole. Not to get into the whole TA analysis. There's plenty of people you can watch for that. You can watch Crypto Zombie if you want to learn more and get the latest on news. He comes out with videos every day.
Zombie.
Yeah, that's a good starting point. If you want more, then there's a lot more. But the current flagpole setup is looking at once it breaks out, the target should be in around like 40-50K range. So
that's everything.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting year for all that. So definitely keep a lookout.
To the moon.
See, exciting stuff for sure.
Yeah, trading is exciting itself, but it has that love-hate dichotomy of it's really exciting and then it gets really stressful and really scary really quick.
Yeah,
depending how you handle stress, obviously.
Yeah, you just gotta know how to handle stress, and then like have a plan and believe in the plan if it was worth believing in.
Yeah,
because that only comes from not believing in whatever or not having a plan to begin with.
I was more talking about when the losses start, because when the plan goes through, that's perfect. You make your wins.
But that's what I'm saying. The planning should account for the possible loss. That's my point. If you didn't,
loss.
Yeah, and if you didn't have that, then that's a problem. So it should be kind of built into it.
Yeah.
It has to be, because that's with any I guess gambling in general. You have to know what you're comfortable with losing, and then have a plan of risk reward. I'm willing to lose this percent or whatever, but I stand to gain this much if I'm right. And that should be significantly more than what you plan on losing in that position.
No, I definitely agree. I was just going to mention poker because in talks about it, like, or even playing myself, like sometimes you play the right move, sometimes you play the right move multiple times, but it still doesn't go right.
Yeah.
And for your role, it drains.
But
you might have your stop loss in place.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's really the same thing, though. That's why I'm comfortable with just playing enough poker long enough. It just kills a part of you. You just can't. At some point, you just can't feel things anymore.
You've been brought back from the dead a few too many times.
Yeah, and you kind of look at money just differently. It's like okay. So. Yeah, but there's even with that, so with poker, there's bankroll management to begin with. So in no single tournament or cash games should you have over a certain percent of your roll in play at any time. So even if you lose all of it, that should never be your entire roll. You should never be that overexposed. And so that's that. In cash, you gotta. You just gotta know what you're doing, really, because that can escalate heads up or even full range. But again, you should have even a stop loss in place there. If that's unless you're really pro and you know that all right, if just given enough hands, then I can win that. I can edge this out. And now kind of edge out the variance if you're willing to do that. But that's not a casual thought. Yeah, it's just built into any part of it if done right. But you gotta do it responsibly. This is the problem with stocks, investing, any type of gamble is people want to hit it all right now. Sorry, what one move do I have to do to go 100% or get what? It's just not what it is. That can happen. But you can't, if you're playing the market, you can't force something to pump by 30% or buy whatever just because it would be great. You know what I mean? You take what it's going to give you. I don't know. Take profits often.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't.
And don't have FOMO either because that could fuck people up too because you can be profitable. And I think it's gonna go higher, and then reverses on you. It's you should have just closed it. You got greedy for no reason. And so you gotta, be able to cut stuff off, and even if it pumps another whatever, you still make money. You
gotta be happy.
Don't matter because you just make all the money. You made money. So, and then if you just keep doing that, whatever. So you gotta just controlling your feelings or killing them completely. Have a real plan.
Sleeping is the faster route.
It's not an easy thing to do though. It's really
that takes some suffering.
Yeah, you gotta really. Yeah, you gotta understand loss or deal with it. So you gotta kind of go through it. I don't know if you can really. I don't know if you can really tell people. It's kind of Mike Tyson. Everyone has a plan until they get hit in the face. That's what that is. It's but
until it hits your pocket.
You gotta keep fighting though.
Yeah,
and just get better as well. Don't even. That's another thing with poker as well as just anything. People learn an amount, whether it be a lot or a little, but they have confidence that goes with that, so they think that they're just Gordon Gekko or Phil Ivey, you know what I'm saying? And so they think, and so when it goes wrong, they don't blame themselves, they blame anything else. And this goes back to stuff we talked about for multiple episodes of excuses and shit, but it's just another form of that. Where instead of looking in the mirror and be like, oh, maybe I was wrong here, maybe, I didn't consider this, or not plugging those holes, and just people start making the same mistakes, and then it snowballs. Because now you're never going to recover because you're not even playing winning strategy to recover. Like, you're not going to, see what I'm saying? So it's a snowball effect that I feel like it plays in everything. The same thing with like kitchen nightmares, like restaurant owner, means good, knows how to cook, doing fresh food. That happens, and then 1 week they just don't get enough people in, and they lost money on the food. Now we start freezing food and reusing it, and now less people are coming because now the refrozen food tastes refrozen, and there's a quality check. It snowballs, and so now they're just like, but what did we do wrong? Because it wasn't all at once. It was just never taking accountability or trying to like plug holes, and then making excuses for why you're making the mistakes. It's a chain reaction that you can see coming from a mile away, and you can only empathize with it because it's the hardest thing to not fall into, because losses are going to come for anything, but it's at that point that matters everything, where you're able to look at yourself and take responsibility and be better and come back.
For sure. And another thing that's interesting is that it's a lot more challenging to build up a good chain reaction or a good snowball effect than it is to build up a bad one. Because it takes zero effort to build up a bad one.
Yeah, I mean, that's barely worth saying.
No, but
it's hard to be great. Of course it's hard to be great.
For sure. But you would think it's really hard to be like excessively bad, and it's not.
No, see, that's fallacy to think that, because not moving is terrible. So that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, so putting in zero effort is awful. If you're putting in a negative effort or a failing effort, then that's way worse. I mean, that's not, it can take however long to become a millionaire. It takes a day to become homeless. That's just Batman mythology. That's one bad day in a nutshell. That's a real enough thought. They took it all the way with the Joker coming out of it, but most people just die. And that's kind of his point. Like, that's Joker's point of the whole thing, is like, yo, I'm taking you down on this thing, but that's kind of his whole mythology. I'm gonna make you suffer, but if you come out the other side, you're gonna be stronger. You're gonna be crazy, but now you're unhinged. You're not scared of anything. He's fearless. You can't say anything to Joker that's gonna scare him or shake him. I've seen hell. I've walked through it, and I'm still here. So minus the crazy psychoticness behind that, pick yourself up like that kind of thing is like, yeah, if you can make it through that. That's like I rewatched the 2 Weeks of Hell Green Berets Discovery Channel documentary. So good. I watch it like every couple months just to know that people are this tough out here. Really, you want to respect the troops. Watch that shit.
Okay.
Man,
I gotta pee.
So they just go through and it's just a stress test. It's just a push your body to the limit, past failing. They would make them like they had to carry. They're like in groups. They had to carry this equipment, and it was all in pieces. You had to put it together, make it like a vehicle to carry a payload for like 10 miles. And some people figured it out, and some people were terrible at it, but everyone had to finish. And by the time they finished, they're like, I can sleep tonight. Nope, right back out. And they just told them, go walk. go keep walking that way. They made them walk for 20 miles in the dark after doing that hauling shit all day, just to see who the fuck can make it. And that wasn't the end. That wasn't the beginning. It's just a part in the middle. At go, it's just crazy. People are vomiting in the first 10 minutes because they're really trying to. But if you can survive it, if you're built for this, it's not going to necessarily get easier, but you'll be able to endure it, and you'll be able to deal with it and even shine through it.
Yeah.
but you have to go through the darkness first.
It shows you have some strength. You don't need to be knowing you have,
or you don't. See, or you don't. Everyone's not built for everything. Like you really got to watch the Michael Jordan documentary, because he even gets to that point in we're on episode 8, episode 7. He kind of goes into that bag of like, all right, you don't have to play like this, and like, because he's hard, like it's hard because all he wanted to do was win. Like, and if you weren't about that goal, you weren't even in the orbit. You couldn't be on the team, like so if you're on the team, like he's pushing you hard, and you're not happy about it. Like it sucks, but you get it. And he's just like, you don't have to play like me. If you think I was a tyrant, that's because you never won anything. He says this. That was a quote. I was like, that was hard. I was like, that's because you haven't won anything. I was like, you're right. Like, because he's just like, this is what it takes. Like, this is and if you don't want to play like me, you don't have to play that way. And he gets a little emotional going up to it, because it's just like. So you can call me all these things, but like I had a single focus. Like I was this at all costs. Like it was war. So yeah, you gotta have that mentality is everything.
But I do think anyone can develop it.
No, I don't think so.
But I think you gotta want to do it. You have to have a reason to develop it. Because I think that most people don't have a reason for what they want to do anyway.
Actually, yeah. I think you can develop it. Yeah, okay. Because everyone has to develop everything. Because then you can kind of see how Jordan developed it. There's a couple moments that seemed like clicked certain things off for him, where it's just like, okay. Like there was a point where he was North Carolina, first year going to college, playing ball. And he told his coach, "Was like, all right, I want to be the best player to ever play here." And he's like, "Okay, well that means you're gonna have to work way harder than you were in high school." And he was like, "What are you talking about? I worked just as hard as everybody else did in high school." He's like, "Yeah, but you just told me you want to be the best one that's ever played." And he's like, "Oh, you're right." So I was like, that's great. That was like perfect for me. I was like, that's it is all of it in a nutshell. He's like, yeah, he got mad. He's like, yeah, I worked just as hard as everybody else, but you said you wanted to be the best. So what does that mean? Yeah, and he took that to heart.
You got to at that point, though.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. That's what I'm saying. Like, because most people don't. Like, there's one Jordan.
If you mean the goal.
Yeah, but you gotta mean it from a different place. Like it's because it's.
Sure.
That's why I guess that's the difference. Because everyone says they want to be great. Everyone can say anything.
Well, that's kind of my point.
Mm-hmm.
When I say you gotta mean it. Like everyone can say anything. Not everyone means what they say, and they don't. And even if they think they mean what they say, it doesn't mean they do. It just means that they have some preconceived notions, and you can break those.
No, I see. I think I agree. I think.
Well,
because I think everyone has like. Well, I think most people have like the right intention, right? But then there comes to a point where you find out what that means, and then there's a real reevaluation whether you know it or not. Because if the dedication doesn't match that, then.
For sure.
Kind of a renegotiation. But it's not like you didn't mean it, but like you just really can't do it.
Well, it's the preconceived notions. Like I think that you go into something like you were saying, he took that to heart. He went to war about it. Like everything's to this purpose. And that's the kind of focus that'll take you all the way. Mike Tyson, we can name greats. But there's a lot of people that they can be on that path. They're like, yo, I want to be the greatest. Da, 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 da. You tell them, okay, you got to work harder than everybody else. They say, okay, and then they see what work harder than anybody else means. And it's like, yo, I thought when I went into this, work harder than anybody else meant 5 extra laps, not 20. What? Yeah, but it's 20. So are you still about it or not?
Yeah, it's just but you just gotta be able to do it. Yeah, I think it can be taught. That's maybe taught young, almost like there's nothing else, or at least be instilled young and then develop later. But like you can't develop that will though. I don't think that anyone can give you that.
No one can give it to you, but I think that I think anyone can develop it. It just takes you having either something happen, or you have to really take some time to be looking in the mirror or thinking about your shit.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people they started late, they weren't doing great, and then they boosted themselves up. You can't say what's the story for all of them, but I'm sure at least some of them weren't raised to be winners.
Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. I guess people can be good. And
I'm talking about great.
yeah, this like this one. You can't really compare anything. Whatever you just said is not Jordan.
No, it's not Jordan.
But like he's such a you can't compare him to anything.
Yeah.
Like Larry Bird, like he said.
Would you compare Mayweather to Jordan?
No.
Okay.
Like you really gotta watch the documentary. It's like he's a different thing. Mayweather's he's maybe close.
Usain Bolt.
Well, okay, there's a slight difference, not a slight difference, a big difference of team sport versus individual sport. Because team sport, you can be the greatest, but like if you can't make your teammates better or at least play to a certain level, then it's all for naught.
Yeah.
And you have to be you're that stimulus if you're the guy, and that's like a big part of the practices. Like he was hard, like he demanded a standard of excellence there that that you had to keep, and he had to keep you on that every day because you didn't have the same motivations. Like no one ever had to tell Michael Jordan to go to practice or be on time, lift weights, go do, like, it's gonna happen. He's gonna beat you there, and he's gonna be there after you're gone. Like, it's every day, all the time. Like, it's never not gonna happen. Everyone else are people, like, you know what I'm saying? These are all still world class athletes, and let's not forget these are not just people, whatever. They've been doing this their whole life as well, but there's life outside of the basketball, and I'm rich. Like, I'm gonna go do some shit, or even if it's not like crazy, I'm gonna just go home and chill with the family or whatever. Like, there's just other shit to do. Yeah. And he has to like say no, this is it, or you know what I'm saying? Like, he has to check egos, and like Dennis Rodman on his team. That's a whole person to check. And Scottie Pippen was a whole person to check too, because he had some moments. So yeah, there's a lot more responsibility there, and then to do all that and then dominate unequivocally. I think there's an added statedness to that.
Okay, I'd agree with that.
But I mean, I do, yeah. But like a Mayweather, Usain, Serena. Federer.
Pretty great.
It's not sports.
Oh yeah, well, still achieving that greatness.
Yeah, that's just
creativity is a different lane.
Yeah, because it's not a meritocracy.
Yeah,
like you can. At a
certain level, you can coast a little more.
Well, not coast. It's just. It's subjective. Like, I like Tootsie Slide, you don't like Tootsie Slide. Does it do well? Whatever. But like, we can have that argument forever, and no one's right.
Yeah.
Did Jordan sweep whoever? There's no argument to be had. Like, we saw that shit. You can watch the replay. There's stats. Like there's
the numbers that tell you.
He put the ball in the basket this many times in amazing fashion. Like there's nothing to argue. The only time you can have those kind of arguments is like over time. Like, and I mean.
Player.
Yeah, but like from different times, like because even if they're at the same time, stats, and even if it's at different times, stats. Like, what did you do? The only reason there's a debate there is because it's like who was it versus, and whatever. So that's just whatever. But like, no, sports is meritocracy. I beat you, and I beat all of them, and there's no. Yeah.
There's no opinion you have.
Yeah, there's no opinion. And if there is an opinion, then that's a whole... If opinion comes into that part of sports, then the whole thing's up for debate. Or not debate, it's scrutiny. Because now it's like... Because if you're saying, all right, I won the game, but I don't think he was playing hard or whatever, then it's part. Why wasn't he playing hard? He fixed the game? Like, because people are betting. Like, it's active... So you know what I'm saying? So the whole point is everyone should be going hard every time. Like it's the So yeah, that's yeah. So
no, and I think that in terms of inspiring your teammates, I think that makes you a better leader. But I think that in terms of the individual sports, they're still, I think they're the same level of great. They're just not leaders. Because that's an additional thing. To be a leader, to be able to inspire other people to take themselves to new heights, that's separate from your own greatness. The thing that makes the sports special is that your greatness can't reach a certain place without your teammates bringing themselves up to at least the level that will bring you there.
Yeah, but that is kind of just your responsibility. Football's a little weirder in that, just because one person's harder to affect the whole team. Like you can have a great quarterback, or you can be a great running back, and I can have the ball every time, or shit like that. Basket, yeah, I guess, yeah. They're still, I mean, they're still great. I was never trying to say that. Usain's like my favorite athlete. Serena is like 1A, 1B there. Like it's they're like just the best. But there's a difference.
For sure. But I think that leadership is the difference.
Yeah, but I don't take, the drive is the same. Everything's the same except for there's just more responsibility as a team leader.
For sure.
As opposed to, Serena has to show up with her racket and no one else. I mean, her coach. But yeah, her winning losses.
It's a much smaller circle of
you
going through.
Yeah. It's just in the game, there's no one else.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's just an extra added thing. But like think about like I can't myself. Comparing a Superman individual or a Superman like leader of the Justice League. It's like who do you respect more? Or I guess there's just a lot more you gotta handle when you got all these people.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean,
and you're fighting whole squads. If I'm an individual, I'm fighting individuals. Now, like, there's a whole posse of people over there that got beef.
And I wasn't saying it to take away from Jordan. I was more saying it because other people, like individually, Jordan probably worked the hardest out of most greats. But that's...
I don't know. I mean, I think that's all.
I'm saying this because of the addition of the team.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Because the leadership bit is, unless we add like...
Because there's also a coach too.
Unless we're like going to talk about like history and governments and stuff like that. And
what?
No, because that's a whole different thing. That's what we're talking about to the extreme with Jordan.
I don't understand what that means.
For example, Alexander the Great. He did what Jordan did with his team times 1,000.
Okay.
But he's not in the gym all day, every day, like, yeah, we gonna have to get this. It's a difference. But he took over the world.
Okay. Okay. I mean.
But I say that to say,
I feel
to say one's responsibility to their team, it can bring greatness, but it's not greatness in itself.
What? Say that again. Just say the sentence again. Just say the sentence again. It felt good. I just say it again.
Goddamn, I kind of lost that. It was something like one's responsibility to their team can bring them greatness, but fulfilling that responsibility in itself isn't greatness.
I think. Oh, whatever. I think it is. I think, but it's kind of all over the place.
I think it's leadership.
Yeah, but leadership is a great leadership. Leaders.
It's not greatness.
A great leader. A great leader.
Well, that's why you say great leader, not leadership. A great leader led, and his leadership.
Oh, so you're just saying just being a leader doesn't make you great?
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, but
yeah, when you
it was arguing different than that. Who was saying different than that? That's of course.
No, but I just thought that should be specified.
I don't think it needs to be. We're talking about Michael Jordan. We're talking about great people. I mean, people. Whoever's watching, your boss is a bad leader. Like that's Michael Scott. Like that's default. Like we're talking about people that are above the bullshit.
The reason I said that was
humanity.
Because you added.
I compared him to Superman.
You added the leadership over these other people.
Yeah, but that's added to the greatness. So the bar is greatness of. These are people that are willing to do whatever to achieve the goal, and then on top of this, he had to lead these people. But the greatness is built in because that's who we're talking about. That's
yeah. But I guess what I'm saying is it doesn't add to the greatness. So Superman in the Justice League, leading the Justice League in itself, isn't the greatness, but the achievements made through that is.
Yeah, but you had to lead the team to get to the achievements, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the whole thing. Like, what do you mean? Like he got him to the end of the goal. Like if you.
The team got him to the end of the goal just as much as he got them there.
No, they did not.
Especially in terms of justice.
Now we're back in real life. That's not the case. It's not the case. Like it was Michael Jordan. He would score like 50 points a game. He averaged like 30 points one year. That's on your back. Like, no. They could have, if you would have put just 4 people from the fans, he's still crushing most people. He's just not getting the ring. Like, you understand? Like, these are, it's not, no. He did not, no one thought that for a second. From his rookie season in the NBA, people were like, oh, he's better than us. From the first practice, they're like, oh, this is different. This guy's going to die on the court to fucking win. We don't feel that way. But he makes us want to feel that way because he doesn't care. Like, watch the goddamn documentary. Because you're talking about it, because it doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah, okay, I'm going to watch the documentary.
The fact that you would fix your face to say this is crazy. Like, it's insulting to everything that happened in real life. Like,
okay.
No.
I'm gonna watch it. We gonna get back to this.
You'll feel foolish, like for even thinking that. Force, it's insane. And then like to put it on top of it, that if there was just people, but these are like some of the most dynamic fucking individuals that we'd seen so far at the time. Whenever. Dennis Rodman, I cannot stress to you how fucking crazy of a person that is. To like manage as a human being or to manage as a teammate towards winning. Like he's good, he's gonna motivate himself, but also he's gonna go to Vegas and just go fuck hookers for 48 hours and he's gonna stay as long as he can. like he's like you have to manage that. Like Scotty has the worst contract in like the NBA, in probably like NBA history at the time. Like he's the 5th most paid person on the team, but he's the number 2 player on the team, and he's like top 20 All NBA. But he's making like $2 million. But the rookie that just came in is making like 7. Like you got to manage that shit. You got to make sure that guy doesn't kill himself or just stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's pissed. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a self-inflicted thing, but like that's still a real fucking thing. I'm being underpaid and there's nothing I can do about it. You got to motivate that person to come to work, like, and then win. Dead ass, this is a big thing. Like, this all happened. Like, the management's trying to kick you out. His dad dies. Like, shit's crazy. And all that, he was, I'm gonna win. I cannot not be great. He said, he's like, if people are gonna spend 3 hours of their day to watch me play, it should be amazing. He did that every game, like regular season and postseason. He was out of this world. It's a different thing. Like it's different. Yeah. LeBron's not that. LeBron's amazing. This is a different thing.
It's militaristic.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
The military wish they could bottle that shit.
No, they've done it. That's why I said
that. Like, it's not because of that's all like following. Like he's whatever. Yeah. No, it's just we're going in circles. It doesn't matter. It's watch a documentary and then we can have a Jordan conversation because you gotta really understand. You just gotta understand it. I
didn't feel like that part was going in circles. I feel like we were going somewhere with that.
Nah, it wasn't. It really wasn't. I'm just insulted. You said Michael Jordan wasn't like a great leader or whatever the fuck.
I don't know how we're putting Michael Jordan above Alexander the Great. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know why you're comparing him to Alexander the Great. Like I don't know why you.
Well, no, I said it's militaristic. You said militaries wish they had that. The Great is literally in his name.
No, but that's the person leading that. I mean, all right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. War and sports aren't really. This is just different. I wouldn't. I compare him to fictional war. I just wouldn't compare him to actual war, because I think it's just really different.
In terms of what?
Everything. Just real stakes. Like winning a championship's like that's an internal struggle. That's like if you don't win it, nothing changes. You're just not as happy or fulfilled and whatever. War is war. Like, I mean, if you lose a battle, you've lost ground, you've lost people. You got to restrategize. Like, there's real stakes. You keep winning enough battles, you die. Like, you don't die if you lose the finals.
I would think that makes it more intense in the greatness with the real stakes.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. I don't compare them.
Okay. No, I thought this was somehow reversed, and I'm like, I don't know.
No, what? How could it be? Like, that doesn't make sense.
The passion you were putting on Jordan 10 seconds ago had me thinking like, yo, this is.
Yeah, it's great in the theater of that. Yeah, but like that's why you keep bringing it to that, and I'm like, that's not the same. It's just not.
The reason I thought that it was the reverse was just before this. You said that all these militaries wish that they had that militaristic, and so after that context made sense.
The drive. If you had a soldier, if you had an army full of soldiers with Michael Jordan drive, you would win everything because these aren't people you even have to give commands to.
Yeah.
Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like go train, go to shooting practice, go. They're just always doing that. It would be like if you had a computer that was just constantly fixing itself, or like it's just auto. It's on auto mode. That's what I'm saying. Like the military is based on very stringent commands. Like they're constantly telling. You always have someone managing your time. That's militaristic. Just that ordering of like, all right, you have to do this for this. You don't even ask why. Just do it. Whatever. In Army Michael Jordans, you wouldn't do that to. That's defeats the purpose of having an army full of Michael Jordans. You just tell them, all right, this is what we're trying to do. Break. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant.
I guess there's a specific story for why you mentioned Alexander the Great. And it's that as he was conquering the world, he's putting up his guys in positions, all that. And they're losing motivation to keep doing it. Obviously, because we don't need to go keep conquering this shit. Things are pretty nice now. We're living great. So he comes out, he gives a speech. He's like, yo, I put crowns on your head. I feed your families. If any of you died, all of our fallen soldiers, they have full honors. Their families are respected. They're made monuments. Point of the speech is we're not doing this shit to go halfway. We didn't come all the way here so that we could take a break because things are nice.
Mm-hmm.
We came here to take everything. And we're going to win everything. And that inspired his men. They're crying. They're doing all of this according to the recordings.
Sure.
And from there, it's like the basketball movies when they all get inspired for the final game.
I mean, I get it. Yeah, that's Michael Jordan level leadership. And if you had an army full of Michael Jordans, you wouldn't have to give the speech. So yeah, I guess, yeah, sure. It's the same level of getting people towards a goal.
It was just leadership.
But yeah,
it's just the leadership.
I just wouldn't.
They're different.
If I were to compare war to sports, it'd be like martial artists, and those are all like single. So that removes the leadership quality, but that at least has like comparable stakes, a little bit. That's the closest you'll get.
I feel like we can go to boxing if we're going to go there.
That's why I said martial arts. Yeah, I meant boxing in that because boxing was. I didn't say boxing was kind of crazy there because I was thinking Tyson as I was saying all this.
Oh,
because he studied because his first study he's like I studied all the ways. Like I'm gonna destroy you. So he did study like all the conquerors, all your fighters, everywhere. So I would compare it there because that's violence meaning violence. But other than that, the reality to make it that point you have to make it up in your head. Like Jordan was constantly making up motivation or making up slights that people took against him to go destroy them later. But like if it was like to the death, you don't have to do that part. That's yeah. What else?
Yeah. I disagree with that, but
disagree with what? Go for it.
You still need the same motivation, more motivation when it's to the death, because it's now fighting in spirit.
You need more motivation not to die. Like you're gonna fight, so you're not have to be motivated to fight. Like they're there. There's no motivation to fight like in a war. Like we're in war. Fighting is about to happen.
That's when you're already in it, but to even go to it.
Well, we're talking about warriors. Like you can't keep
warriors
lowering the bar.
Automatically at war.
Huh?
Warriors are not automatically at war.
Yeah, but a warrior is someone that will go to war. Yeah, so I mean, we're not talking about non-warriors, like or changing someone into a warrior. You gotta start at the baseline at some point. You can't keep lowering the baseline because you keep bringing it down to just people.
It's not that they're just people. All records, warriors aren't just sitting there like, yeah, it's time to go to war. They don't want to go to war. That's the point.
Yeah, but they're already there. Like it's not every. this is just pointless. Like, because there's no. We're already in the theater. Like, we're already put in the position. Like, to backtrack beyond that is a whole different argument of psychology of why to even be there. We're already talking about people there. So there's no reason to go backwards from there. Okay. And if you're in a fight, there's no more motivation to win the fight other than this guy's going to kill me if I don't win the fight.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, to break down the mythology of a person that would fight, it's not the point. We're talking about fighters.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like, why would a person want to become a boxer? That's a whole day's conversation of terrible childhood versus whatever, just shit affecting you. Once you're a boxer, though, it's whatever. It's the motivation is just to win and not die and get brain damage, and then money.
Yeah.
But you're not trying to whatever. You're not trying to break down why to fight at that point.
No. But that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, why a person? Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What?
A boxer versus a warrior. Most warriors are drafted until about 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They were not just warriors. These are people picked up from farms. I don't want to fight. Their leaders usually didn't want to fight. They're at war because of the highest level, right?
Yeah.
And the military is based on that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how they fall.
Mm-hmm. And this is why I wouldn't compare sports to war to begin with. But you did. So we're here. And that's whatever. So that's why I wouldn't have done this to begin with. That's why it's not a good comparison. But if we're going to do it, then I would. That's the closest.
To start with, I wasn't comparing him to no basic warrior. I was comparing him to the leader of the greatest.
Still war. It's still war. Still in this. That's what they do.
Well, our baseline was the leader, the one that says, "Okay, go."
Mm-hmm. In sports,
we took the baseline.
In sports,
you
took the baseline.
I took the baseline from Michael Jordan and a leader of a conqueror, not a warrior, a conqueror. Mm-hmm. We took it from there to a warrior, which is why I said what I said. Mm-hmm. Those are two different guys with whole different motivations.
Yeah, we've come a long way from Jordan to get to war. It wasn't like a straight shot. We went from boxing. We did like a lot of different things to get there.
Yeah.
So we're no longer talking about Michael Jordan compared to a warrior. Mm-hmm. So you're not comparing the right things anymore. We're not in that part of the conversation. We moved past that. So we're no longer talking about Michael Jordan anymore. That ended like 20 minutes ago.
Okay, we can continue. You don't have to.
My only thing is sports and war they're different because one's serious and the others we make serious.
Yeah,
that's.
I agree.
Yeah, that's my thesis for that whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
Yeah, man. Other than that, I still wanted to talk about even Netflix doing the documentaries. We were getting into that a little bit earlier. They got I think they came a long way from just Our Planet, The Toys That Made Us, Roman Empires. They've been doing a lot of documentaries, but they've progressively gotten better. And I thought that the Michael Jordan documentary was a Netflix documentary.
Yeah, no, it's ESPN. But even make that partnership, that was a big deal. I just thought about it could just be a lot cheaper too, because they were dropping big bags on comedy specials. And I don't know how they show what works. Like, I don't know how the Netflix economy works. Because there's no ads. There's no person putting ads. So it's all subscription, right?
I think.
Yeah, there's no add-ons. Like, once you have a membership, there's no like buy this for an extra. So it's just like $15 subscription, and that's however many people. If you drop $60 million for a stand-up special, you're doing all those things hoping to get more subscriptions. So I guess it's how many new people subscribe. Like, I don't know how you rate success is, I guess, my thing with Netflix and the Netflix ecosystem. I mean, people can see it all, but I don't know. I guess if you get like a big flush of new subscribers, but
yeah, and what the subscribers watch. Because if you subscribe to Netflix just to watch one show, they know that show was a hit.
Yeah, I guess they gotta. Yeah, I guess it's really complicated, I think.
And they don't get paid for view time. Like I feel like that should be a thing.
But see, it can't be a thing though because those aren't public stats.
Yeah.
So you would really just be like, yeah. Even now, it's like, yeah, people are really they're watching your shit, and they're like, yeah, thanks. They don't know. I mean, well, they know, but you don't know. Like, you don't know matter of factly.
Yeah.
They can tell you whatever and just hope they're not lying, and why would they? I don't know. But, yeah, you're not getting, like, a stat sheet, and there's no one paying for your thing solely, so it's a weird economy that I don't know, should be watched.
Yeah, and they're notoriously not making grips of money.
Yeah, internet economy is weird in that too. Just like companies operating at a loss for years and years. Like people finally come on Amazon and stuff, but that's like an internet thing where company can have like a certain valuation, but only this much in profits. And that difference can be. It could be like 10x at some places.
Yeah, the internet's the dopest, weirdest place.
Yeah, it's dope.
Because even now, with everything going wrong, you're working on the internet, you're relatively still good if you're doing your thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you take it to the level of the business owner, and you're either operating at a loss so you can put all your profits back into the business.
Well, I mean, that's what is operating at, because they're making money, but they're not holding it, of it. So it's going back in. Like Amazon will make money, but build another warehouse, or it's just super aggressive expansion. So it's the way to do it. It's just we're maybe seeing it more aggressively done than ever. So I don't know if anyone's expanded. I don't know, maybe like early, like Rockefeller shit. Like maybe back in the day, like when it was starting off and people were like buying up grips and like the real,
they should make a documentary about that.
What was the, I'm sure there's after what was it called? The revolution? The, Industrial Revolution?
Oh, okay.
Like that boom, that was probably a lot of that happening too. And it's probably some of the same stuff we still use today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about the Industrial Revolution when I think about China and Amazon.
Well, just think about the whole internet boom.
Well, specifically for how they treat their employees.
Okay.
Yeah, because for China, it's the kids. And at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, they were working the fuck out of some kids.
Yeah.
But then for Amazon, they got them in the warehouses at the little spots in the factory line. And that just, and then the dissatisfaction from the employees added in, it just rings that bell for me. Like, people were really unsatisfied back then. That's how we got unions, I think.
Yeah, some to that effect. I mean, there's always an abuse of power that's going to come with that. And even now they're trying to, like Amazon, they're trying to unionize, but like, people, they're so replaceable. It's like, well, we can replace you and get someone else that doesn't know how about this is, and they'll complain about it later, but like, they'll take your place in the time. Yeah, I don't know. Businesses are a weird thing in that, where it's like, we need businesses because we need groups of people to work towards common goals and towards common goods. Like a necessary thing we've kind of developed, and it works. But I don't think it's ever been trendy to treat these people good, or you know what I'm saying? Like I don't ever think that's been like status quo where. Yeah, I don't think there's ever a time where people are like, you know what, I really fuck with my boss. Like that's who I really, you know who I just can't stop talking about today? My boss, bro. He's just really. I don't think there's ever been like a time where that's been the overarching feel of anything. You know
Unless it was illegal to say otherwise.
Well, no, you just wouldn't say anything. You wouldn't gush. You know what I'm saying? You just wouldn't say anything. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, and if you're there, I'm gonna kiss your ass and brown nose and whatever just to keep the check. But like, yeah, I'm not gonna be behind your back like, oh, he's
great.
Yeah, he's the man. I can't believe we have the opportunity. Like, no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's very rare. Right? So, you know, this has just never been a thing. We need lots of people to come together to do a thing. But once we get them together, we don't have to treat them well. We just have to give them enough money to do the thing.
Yeah,
It sucks.
I feel like the game of a business owner is to get the most out of your workers for the least price.
Do you ever feel like... do you ever feel like we're the bad guys? And not like us. I mean, all of us. Like, humans.
In terms of the earth?
In terms of existence that we've known it so far. Like, everyone's the hero in their own story. but what if we're just really not the heroes?
I feel like our writers in this way are really great because they make stories where they have aliens or something that's supposed to be different from us, but they look just like us, and they do the most horrible shit. But when you think a little deeper about it, that's some shit we do, and we're all about it. Example, you watch Man of Steel, you have Zod. His whole game plan is to protect my people. I'm coming to your planet. I'm gonna redo the whole gravity. Y'all are probably all gonna die. No problem. But this is gonna make this place habitable for us. And you know, in the movie, it's so bad. But you start really thinking about it like, we get down like that. We fucked up some Indians so we could have a country. China fucked up some Uyghurs so they can get some territory. We want some land. We'll do whatever we need to do and move whoever we need to move to make it happen.
Yeah. But we're just not.
We killed like all the tigers.
I mean, and we're just not good though. Like,
nah.
We're
bad.
Huh?
We're bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's really I don't feel good about it, but it's just a weird thing. Like, it feels like our nature is violence. Like, I don't know why, and I don't want it to be the case, but like, it seems like we have to go out of our way to be good or unnatural. Like, we gotta set up rules. We gotta set up punishments. Like, in theory, in a theory, like a real, if we were able to take away poverty or take away rich, poor, just put everyone in a vacuum, like on an island. Like, do they not just kill each other on that island? Like, is that not the natural thing? Or is it natural to be Gilligan's Island? Huh? Until
there's an order.
But that's what I'm saying, like,
until there's order.
How is that order established?
Someone comes along and they...
No, there's closed circuit. 10 people on an island. Varying, so one of these 10 people takes order, right?
Yeah, one of these 10 people, maybe a group of these 10 people, they come together, they're like, all right, well, we think that all of this killing and stuff is so bad.
No killing. Just...
We're fresh on the island.
Yes.
People are killing each other.
We're fresh. So there's not even 10 people anymore. Like, there's no...
No, the numbers are going to run down before this happens. Because people need to...
I guess, so don't skip that part. that's what I'm saying. That's part of that establishing of the dump. Like that's how that would be established.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that's why is that default? Like why is that obvious? Because I agree, but that's fucked up, right?
No.
Why? See, I feel like that's even more fucked up. You don't think that's fucked? That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that I have to convince you that that's not fucked up is more to my point of exactly what I'm saying. Because how is that not? That doesn't like
because there's always going to be someone that wants.
Why? Like,
there's always someone that wants their way, and if that gets in someone else's way, somebody has to go.
But
somebody gotta go.
You're not wrong, but you understand that
sometimes.
You're not wrong, but you understand that's insane, though, right?
It's only insane because we live in like this really posh, nice life where everyone.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I don't see it. Like, help me see.
I'm trying to strip that away. Like I'm saying, and I agree.
Well, I'm saying your perspective comes from that. It's hard to separate it when your perspective is built on it.
No. I see what you're saying, but no. Because I agree. We're terrible. My question is, isn't that crazy that we're terrible? And like, why? Like, because at the very, if you have an island, right? Again, let's make it a little paradise.
Okay.
Like, best case scenario, there's fresh water. There's you got some animals roaming. You got fruits, veggies, full spread, Garden of Eden shit. 10 people. We're comfortable. Everyone has a little hut. 10 huts. All equal size, equal bedding. It's all. Why is violence imminent?
Well, it's not there, but that's.
No, I don't think it's not though. Like, I'm not certain it's not.
With time. Like, on the first island, for example, it's pretty much instantly gonna devolve into motherfuckers killing each other.
Sure, resources, fights, okay, fine.
You take all that away with this perfect scenario, though, things will work out for a while.
Why?
A good while, but that's because everything's fine.
But I'm not sure if that's true.
But I also think, like, a secondary thing is, as humans or all creatures, we fuck up the good things. So someone will fuck up this paradise, and then we devolve back to Island 1.
But I guess I want the why. Like, because I agree. That's inevitable from the moment everyone teleports to this island, and they're like, oh, I don't know you. Oh, what are names? Oh, there's food. Oh, it's all great. Yay! Fuck everything.
One good fire.
But like, so you gotta take, I think you can build I'd build a paradise. A house that's on fire rebuilds itself. We're just magic, right? Like, I'm really. I still think
at the magic level, I feel like we can. At this level, I feel like we can prevent it for a really long period of time. But there's still always going to be somebody that's power hungry. Like,
see, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, why? Or you don't. I mean, like, you just don't think that's
because there's
wild.
There's a lot of not with all the natural circumstances. Like, for example, in this paradise, we have to assume nobody works. We have to because if I work 20 hours and you work 5,
it's paradise. It's by definition
for sure.
No one's working. No one's starving. Everyone has a bed. Everyone is warm. Everyone's cool. And then it's weird. Anything that could be terrible has been removed from this ecosystem.
Yeah.
Why is it T- to war on this island? Like, and I agree that it is, but you don't think that's crazy?
Not really.
But why?
It doesn't seem crazy because, like, we have natural tendencies that take us there.
That's what I'm saying. You don't find that crazy.
Not when you look at all the other creatures.
We're so much better, or we should be.
We're so much worse. And that's because we have so much to think about.
Oh, okay. Now, see,
like,
right.
For example, you have a lot of different animals, and this is why I like history so much for militaries and things like that. When you set people to a role and they follow the role and all the roles are set, you can work for a good amount of time. Things are all right. But when you take that away, people scramble on the hierarchy. And this is why you see like these communist countries, that's part of their criticism of just all this freedom, like because it's a scramble. Wolves, you get your alpha, and he does his job. As long as he does his job, ain't no problem.
But is that not because if there's not someone in the lead of this situation, that the whole thing would crumble?
It's not that the whole thing would crumble, but it gives direction.
No, but would it function though?
Would it function without a leader?
Yeah.
In terms of this paradise, yes.
No,
we're talking about what I'm talking
about.
Your
thing. Yeah.
Oh no, shit's gonna fall apart.
Right. So. Yeah. So I mean, I guess that makes sense that there's gonna be that struggle. But I don't think that struggle. I think the struggle would still happen even if there weren't a need for it.
Yeah, but that's because of the need for someone. And that's why I previously mentioned that power hungriness and all the thinking. Because we don't stick to roles. We like to jump around in our roles, and we like to do it unnecessarily. For dogs, for a lot of group animals, they'll stick to the program as long as the leader is doing their job. You're not going to have...
I think we do that, though. That's a corporation.
No. You look at all the stories we have of people getting kicked out, people losing their original inventions, losing patents. We are power hungry, so if you see the chance to take someone else's power...
Oh, I mean, okay, I think, people undercut and shit.
But all of that...
But I'm saying, like...
That causes conflict.
Of course, but I'm saying, in general, people are good at sticking to roles if given instructions. I mean, that's how Amazon runs, like, right now. Like,
well, we're really deep into the game, but I mean...
The assembly line, Ford, back in like this, that was the purpose. That was the point. That's how sweatshops work. It's one person doing one thing all day.
But does he want to do that?
No, but he does it though.
Yeah, but he doesn't dream of getting out of it. And if he can, he will.
But that's fine. But that doesn't change the fact that we're good at doing that. Like, I mean, like everyone dreams or whatever, but doesn't mean you're not good at doing what they're told to do.
Yeah, but...
A lot of people can't even function out. That's like you were saying the military thing before. That's that whole system.
Yeah.
Someone's constantly telling you what to do. Like, there's never a point where no one's not.
But they
gotta tell you to relax.
But like I also said before, when you make a call and those other guys don't go for the call, you die.
Wait, what?
You can be leading well, but if you make calls that someone else high enough doesn't go for, you're going to end up with that conflict, civil war, assassination, coup. It's going to happen.
I'm sorry. I
just in terms of military.
What are we talking about? How do we get here? How do we get to what you're talking about right now?
You said that in the military, it's all based on the hierarchy of people not jumping around in their roles.
Yeah.
But that's very much the cause of the conflict, that people not only want to jump around in their roles, but they don't want to follow. They don't want to just follow what the other guy says, even if he's doing good leadership.
What conflict? I mean, yeah, that happens, but like, that's not the norm, though. The norm is not that conflict, because otherwise we wouldn't be where we are. Because we can turn into like ants, like just, all right, you do this, you do this, you do this. Mm-hmm. And we can stay in that. People do the same job for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like literally, like very small segment of...
A lot of these animals stick to the same job for life in comparison. Like, I don't know how much, let's say 20 years is a quarter.
Yeah, but that's also because we can't even do that. Like, an ant can be an ant from the moment they're not a larva anymore. Like, we have a whole different
That's what
thing.
that's where the thinking and the brain power comes in.
No, I'm saying like
Yeah. What are you saying?
like biology, like we gotta like if you're I don't know, if you work in a factory or whatever, you can't work in the factory at least in the United States as of now when you're 6 or when you're immediately able to do the thing.
Yeah.
So there's a whole grace period that we even build in most parts of the world anyway, where I mean, because otherwise we could do that. Like that same person that did the job 20 years will have done it 40 years by the time he's like 46. You know what I'm saying? That's probably true in some places.
For sure.
Well, not even probably.
Yeah,
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's the same thing.
But that's not the majority of people that have the choice.
If
The
you
majority
have
of people. No, but that's what we don't even have the choice to do that here, though. We don't have the choice to do
What do
that.
you mean?
If you have your child working at 6, that's illegal. That's what I'm saying. Like if you talking about a thing doing
Have
anything
the
for
choice
life,
to change the job.
have the choice to change the job.
Yeah, a lot of these places.
Everyone has the choice, but like people box themselves into whatever. Like, all right, yeah, we have. I guess we have choices. We've the object of choice, and also we're not forced to do the thing because like ants are like more or less like hypnotized to do shit like or yeah, like it's shit like that. But
and then there's even monkeys. Like monkeys, if they're head monkey, chimpanzees example, if the head chimp is taking too much of shares of food and isn't sharing it, those other chimps will get jealous and kill it. And now there needs to be a new leader, so they'll duke that out and make it happen.
yeah, I don't even know what we're
But,
talking about
no,
anymore, but yeah.
but I'm saying, like, in terms of these different companies, Amazon can, Bezos, he can treat his employees however, whatever he's doing, not giving them enough pay, sticking them in for the quarantine, all of that. And those people aren't happy about it.
But they keep showing up though.
Yeah, they keep showing up until they can get a better job. But the whole time they're just like, yo, I need to get a new job. This is probably stressing them. Do we talk about boxing themselves in? That boxing in,
That's all.
Overthinking.
That's all. Yeah, but that doesn't change their output. I mean, it can, but like, it just doesn't. I guess that's what. My point is not that people like following orders and doing shit for other people's behalf. I'm just saying we're good at doing it.
Yeah.
Like liking something and being good at something aren't even part of the same conversation. Yeah. So that was my whole thing.
I agree with that. I guess my point is that a lot of different species, they don't have the same. I mean, I don't even know if they're capable of the same feelings towards the situation as we are. For the case of ants, especially.
Well, definitely not. But that's.
But those extra feelings and extra thoughts, I think, are what cause the conflict, even if there's a paradise. Because there's always somebody that's thinking like, oh, well, I might deserve better.
Yeah.
For less work.
Yeah. I guess alright. My whole thing was, I get that's whatever.
But why?
Yeah, that was it. I just think it's strange that, whatever. Our nature is terrible.
I guess I don't know. I don't know why.
I didn't expect you to know why. No one knows why.
I thought that
it would have been
I
fun
was
to
answering.
speculate, but
Yeah, I thought that I was kind of answering the question, but yeah, I guess that's one of the things that are just kind of core principle.
yeah, because I mean, I get like through evolution, you can see you're saying, you can see like the patterns of why we are the way we are. It's just curious that we've even been able to shake a lot of that off. And I mean, that's millions of years of evolutionary chain versus however long of civilization, small scope in the scheme of whatever. I don't know. I just find it interesting that we're terrible. Like, we're just really bad at the core, and we have to go out of our way to be good.
Honestly, I think it's crazy that we're as good as we are right now. That's really, like, that's some miracle that all of this shit came together for us to even be in the environment to think of the amount of good we try to practice, much less how much we actually practice. It's insane.
Sure.
Those tigers should be extinct. All those crazy animals that used to kill us, they should be gone. There should be no Yellowstone National Park. Like, we kill those. I don't like we. It's a stroke of luck. It's a miracle that we even made it like to the point where we are. I think, because I think shaking off all those things like evolution is near impossible. Because it's just so old world, and those strategies have just worked for so long, and they still work today. Really, those tigers might kill us. Let's kill them so we don't die. It might not sound nice, but it works.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. It's just interesting. Or something. But, yeah, that's pretty much time, actually.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, that was something.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, I feel like I'm some kind of super villain saying this, but it's more, the thought that we had great leaders come along and make some good shit out of bad situations and call people to act better than they have through whatever means.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
Yeah, that's it, guys.
it's been another week for sure.
This one was a little bit hot.
Yeah, it's just all over the place. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Talking more shit for sure.
Yeah. 40 to 100, almost there.
Absolutely. So close so far. Alright, until next time, we'll see you guys.
Right.